Hey there, Dave Gardner here, and in this next video we're going to talk about what a lead capture system is. In one of the other videos we talked about a lead capture page. Now we're going to talk about a system. Now a lead capture page, again, is just one single thing. So typically if you go to any website, there's a lead capture page there. So if you go to the actual Now Lifestyle page, main page at nowlifestyle.com, create your free account, that's where they're going to capture your information. If you go to my blog, thedavidgardner.com, I have a similar idea. I'm actually using the Now Lifestyle tools and, the Now Lifestyle autoresponder to actually get in there where, get instant access to this. And again, this would be my capture page. And so a lead capture system is a lot more in depth. So in the Now Lifestyle back office, we have under the reseller tools, go over to the left, you have the lead capture system. And in there, you have both, you're going to have either the autoresponder or the lead capture system itself. The lead capture system has a lot of the stuff you're going to need, which is going to collect and kind of categorize and organize all the leads that come in and allow you to actually communicate with those people that actually have provided their name and email on a page like this. So the question is, once you put your name in there, then those people are redirected to a follow-up page. And so the lead capture system allows you to do that, to actually automate that. And so if we just take a look at, this one right here, we have provided you already with 6 campaigns. There's going to be more coming as time goes on. This is February 2018, depending on when you're looking at this. And so when you look at this, there's a couple different ways. You can actually just come in here and click. If you're brand new, you're just going to click this, and you're basically going to enter your details. So your name, your email, your phone number, your Facebook profile, and Skype. Skype, again, is a communication tool. You don't have to have it, but it is a way for you to communicate with your team. And so once you fill all that out, the system will automate it and populate it for you if you have not written any emails. Now, I've already written emails in there, but if you haven't, it will automatically populate it. So one of them I didn't populate anything for was this traffic exchange. And so I want to show you what works great. In here, notice we got campaigns, which again, I can look at the statistics or the list, but basically we're looking at the list already here. If we go into the messages and we go into the follow-ups, we can choose from those same 6. So amazing, Facebook groups, Now Lifestyle free, traffic exchange, webinar. So if we go in the traffic exchange, these are already populated for me. And notice it's, there's like symbols here and symbols there, subscriber first name. If we click on one over here where it says action, we can go in and we can actually edit it. But I want to show a couple places. So there's subscriber first name and there's affiliate first name. So it would come out with mine because I have filled it in the previous box that I just showed you a moment ago. And then if we scroll down here, notice here's my reply to email. There's my phone number, Skype, and then Facebook. So anything I did on the previous page, it automatically populates it. And then it does it again right there as well. So you don't even have to go through and change it. But let's say you didn't have a Skype address. You would go through and you would click and maybe cut that out or delete it, if you didn't have it. Because otherwise it would just say my Skype address and it would kind of show up blank, or, it would look kind of funny. So once you go in there, make sure you go in and you actually click the edit button, and that will refresh it, and that will actually be kind of like a save button. And so again, the whole system has a series of emails that you can follow up with. So this whole point right here about the follow-ups, you might have 5 to 6 follow-ups in every campaign already. If you want to add more follow-ups, that's great. All you got to do is click the add follow-up, but just make sure you're in the correct campaign. So as you go through, if you notice this traffic exchange, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 messages. But if we go into an amazing campaign, which is one that I've been building myself and adding my own personal emails, notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So I'm almost at 30 days, almost a full month of automated messages. The first one gets sent after day 0, meaning basically as soon as that person opts in, they're going to get an email delivered. And not only do you get an email, delivered, but if you are actually going through the system and using this for your own benefit, you actually get an email, assuming you click the right box in the campaign, you'll actually get an email that states when you get new subscribers. And so you want to make sure that those subscribers are getting your email messages right away. And so that first day, that first contact, they're getting that message, and then get them to know you, become more familiar with you, and send them an email every day. Okay, keep sending, keep sending, keep sending. And then again, you can add those follow-ups if you want. If you're going to do a normal, so these the follow-up message, what happens is those automate, those go automatic. You don't have to do anything. Once you kind of create them, it's like set it and forget it. If you just had a 7-day series of messages and that was the end, then you could just put 7 days in there. But you could keep adding these and adding these and adding these. Again, the recommendation is that you don't make them specific to a time of the year. Like right now, it is February, it's cold up in New York, and it's snowing. So I wouldn't want to mention something that's snowing, and then someone that lives in New York opens up an email in July when it's 95 degrees out. It just doesn't make sense. So make them generic as you can, but keep them fresh. You can go back and always update them like I just showed you a few minutes ago on that other one by clicking this little button here. If you want to delete one, maybe one's not working for you, you could click that button. If you want to add one, you could add one in. It will kind of go in between there. And so, again, we have the ability to do follow-ups that are automated, or we can do a send broadcast. That means for anyone who's already in my system, I can send a live email out. And so if we go back and we click just the broadcast button, that will tell me a combination of all the things that I've sent in the past. And so I just sent this one a little bit ago, and I'm really curious why it only went to one person. I'll have to check that. That's kind of funny. But if you notice, I have about 2,800 here, 3,000 here. So I'm sending a lot more. I'm not sure why that only went to one person. But anyways, you can go back and you can check to see who and how many, have been open, how many clicks went to there, if people are getting bounced, so on and so forth. And so you can actually go through and you could resend it. So like I said, you could go through and you could actually go back. And so let's say I had a really good email. And so like this one got a pretty good open rate and got a lot, quite a few clicks. It was actually unfortunately, when one of my friends passed away. And so a lot of times showing emotion, and just because it's a business doesn't mean you have to always talk about a business. You could be personal in your emails. Okay, let people get to know you, okay, with that email autoresponder system and that whole lead capture system. So the lead capture system isn't just, again, one page or one campaign. It's a combination of everything together. And then you can go through and you can actually check all the statistics of your members to see who, have come in, how many emails you've sent, opens, so on and so forth. And so I think there's an issue with that campaign. But again, just to kind of go through, we have all the capabilities, and depending on what you're sending to, you might see better numbers, you might see worse numbers, depending on the type of traffic, depending on where you get people, depending on how you engaged you are with those. And so in combination with this, the other parts that you'd really be going to is really with the lead capture pages. So again, that would be under the promo links, and you would actually be going into the opportunities and picking out a lead capture page that would work for you to then again find and to test some traffic on. And so whether it's just health related, whether it's more business related, there's lots of options. If you want to get people that are interested in working on Facebook and they like to share and post things on Facebook, one of these under the Facebook group would work good. Okay. Now let's say you have a blog and you want to send people and send traffic to your lead capture page. You could go into the banners and you could add banners. And what would happen is when people were going to go and they're going to click on a banner, which these should populate here in a second, probably just an issue on my end for the Wi-Fi. But when we populate a banner and you put a banner on your blog, so I'm going to go over here for a second. I'm going to go actually to my blog and see if one of these will actually pull up. And depending on how we see my blog, we may or may not see that. I believe because I changed the settings in my blog, so I got rid of all the side banners. And so we might not see that. So I'm going to kind of take a moment away from that. But let's see here. There's our banners. And so you can pop a banner onto a blog post and you could add it in there, wherever you want. And just to make things a little bit, or stick out a little bit more. And you can get statistics on those. These are global statistics, meaning these are the statistics, excuse me, I can't even speak here. These are the statistics of all the people in Now Lifestyle using this. This is not my page. This would be my page right here. So, basically it was clicked on once at this site. Let's see if we can see any more. I don't really have many up. I had one up on one blog post, not on my blog sidebar. But again, you can just pick and choose which ones you want. I might have mine saved as an image, not as an actual like hyperlinked thing, and that's why it's not really registering. But again, if you look at some of the numbers, like this one's getting 6.3%, 3.6% click-through rates, 0.89%, 3.5%, 7.2%, that's a pretty good percent. 7.95 is a good percent. And, again, so that's basically the rate. So as far as how many are clicking versus how many are actually showing up. So use that. And again, they're all really tied into this whole system, the lead capture system, even though it's not under the lead capture system, the actual tab, but there's a lot of things that we can use. And you can go into ad copy and you can click on the ad copy. You can get information. These are things you can use and add and send to a message. So notice a private Facebook message example. But again, don't just use it word for word. Put your own words into it. Put your own feeling into it. So here's some examples of those. Here's a couple examples of emails you could use. Again, edit them. Make them so they sound like they're coming from you, not like some machine, right? And so there's also some articles. If you have a blog or you want to submit something, or at least, again, maybe turn it into your own information or just learn from it. And then you can create some content that you would then get people to come back and log into your site or opt into your site. And so as you go through, of course, again, where you're going to send them are those lead capture pages. One of them, again, and being like this. If you just have your typical website domain with Now Lifestyle, it would go here for the generic, way to join. And if we go over here, work with Dave Gardner, just for an example, give you another option here. We're going to scroll down to one of the other things. If we click on Now Lifestyle, this is just going to give you another example. So there's the
Hey friends and entrepreneurs.
And there's Joel, where people could actually log in and they could start, and what would happen is they would start and click that, and then eventually they would have an opportunity to create a username. So there's a lot that's involved into the lead capture system. Again, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. You can minimize it. If you were just starting out, what I recommend using, is this one right here, the Amazing Campaign and the Now Lifestyle Free Customer. Make sure you got emails populated in those two. The Amazing Campaign is doing great with some conversions and just getting traffic to them and people opting into it. And then, of course, a lot of them are upgrading to the free trial. And then some of those are even upgrading into the dollar trial, or actually getting the whole thing. Now, just to give you a rough idea, I might have, let's say if I have 100 people that have opted into this, maybe 35 might opt into this as a free customer, and maybe of that, maybe 1 or 2 might take the dollar trial. So remember, it's a numbers game. You have to keep doing this and doing this and doing this. Maybe sometimes if I do a solo ad, maybe I get 300 clicks and, maybe I get 150 leads. Maybe it's a really good solo ad, so I get 150 leads. Maybe I get about 60 of these, and maybe only 2 or 3 people actually upgrade to the actual $1 trial or become a $50 a month paying member. So again, it's a numbers game, but keep putting your information out there. Keep putting content out there. Keep spreading the word. Keep doing the workouts. Keep learning. Keep looking at the videos. If you're an NLS Pro member, go through those things. Make sure you follow the steps, learn, and then share. And then other people can follow that process as well. When you get downline members, share with them your videos. Share with them things that you learned about. Share with them, your struggles and your successes, so that they can maybe have an easier time at it. And so again, we have lots of options here. But again, I would stick with just those 2 campaigns if you're going to send things to them. And when you go in there to get them as far as the actual page, again, back under reseller tools, promo links, opportunity, lead pages. Okay, again, reseller tools, promo links, opportunity, then lead pages. You're going to have to keep clicking and they'll keep opening up. And then when you choose the link, what's great is it will actually tell you which campaign. So notice this one, pre-launch 8. It says this is under the Now Lifestyle. Okay, you can do that one, but you don't necessarily have to do that. That was a really good one that converted as well. Notice I had hundreds of leads in that one. But like I said, do the Now Lifestyle free. So you can either go right towards health. People that are interested in health, you can send them to this one, which is the real results page, which looks like this. Let's see, we'll open that one up just to show you what it looks like. And I will open it up in a new window just to show you what's going on. So Control C and then Control V to paste it. And again, get started. So this would again be another example of a lead capture page. And so they create their free account. Notice they're going to do the name, best email, their username, password, and then they could enter their phone number if they want to have the coach contact them. Okay. And then what would happen after they fill in that information, we would actually get an email that would say, congrats, you have a new Now Lifestyle free customer. And you'd get that email from Joel. That's part of the system. So going in, I do want to show you where you can find that. Let's say we go back into, let's see here, we go back into the lead capture system. And if we go into our campaigns and we go into the list, then we can actually click on these and we can actually edit some information. So if we look at that amazing campaign, I can go in here and I can click at it and edit on it. Make sure that my emails are correct. So here's my reply email. This is what I want the email. The notification email is where you want your results to go to. So that if someone subscribes to you, then you would get that email. So if you have a secondary Gmail account or some other account that can get a lot of extra emails, do something like that. But maybe you have one that sounds and looks a little more crisp. So for example, I have my own domain, the DaveGardner.com. And the key thing that I want to point out is this right here, notify about new subscriber. You want to make sure that box is checked if you want to make sure that you're able to see those emails. If that box right here is not checked, you won't get any notifications that say that you have a new person, for example, in your amazing campaign. And so a lot of this is automated and populated. You just need to go through and set up your email settings for each campaign. So make sure you do that. Every campaign you're using, make sure you have that set up. So again, that's just a little overview of what the lead capture system is. It's a lot more involved than just a lead capture page. Again, lead capture page is just one thing, has information on it, might be a video, might be, pictures, might be, a little interview, whatever, and usually offers something in exchange for your information. So, for you giving us your name and your email and your phone number, we're giving you access to the member area, okay, the website and such. So again, if you have questions, leave a comment. If there's things that aren't clear, feel free to leave a comment or questions below. I'm always willing to help out or maybe clarify. But again, the best way to do it is get in there and play around with it and see what the lead capture system is all about. All right. Again, this has been Dave Gardner with Now Lifestyle, and we're looking forward to seeing your successes in the future.